Hellcat versus Hellcat Redeye. $78,000 MSRP versus $86,000 MSRP. 717 horsepower versus 797 horsepower. My question to you is 90 horsepower worth almost $10,000? I don't know. Let's talk about it. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Knockout 360 here for you with another video. As you can tell, I'm in a car. That makes this a car vlog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel, guys. So if you're into that, make sure you stick around because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. Also, check your boy out on patreon.com/knockout360. First link in the description for the uncensored, unfiltered, ad-free, full-length content that I know you guys love that YouTube doesn't. Check me out there if you want the good stuff, right? That's patreon.com/knockout360. First link in the description. You know what to do. So a lot of you guys are Hellcat shopping, as am I. And some of you guys are debating on whether or not to go Hellcat or Hellcat Redeye. A lot of you guys aren't even considering the jailbreak because the jailbreak is so expensive and so ridiculously marked up. It's not even worth it. And realistically speaking, we'll be talking $797 to $807. It's not worth it. Like me personally, unless money is not an option and you don't give a damn, I wouldn't even consider the jailbreak. You know what I'm saying? Hellcat or Redeye. And not to mention, when you line up a Redeye in the jailbreak, I don't even think you would be able to tell the difference as far as the power is concerned. Like, I don't think you would see that jailbreak just taking off. You feel me? So jailbreak is off the table. We're not even talking about that. But what we are talking about is the good old-fashioned regular 717 horsepower wide body Hellcat, specifically the Charger, versus the Hellcat Charger Redeye, right? So let me give you a little bit of backstory here. I'm looking at the Dodge website as we speak, right? And they're saying that the Hellcat Charger is $78,000 MSRP, and you can lease that bad boy for $693 a month. I don't know why that defaults to lease, but it does. And then the SRT Hellcat Redeye wide body is $86,000, $695, and you can lease that for $1,284. So literally double the amount of money leasing for the Hellcat wide body versus the Redeye. And like I said, $86,695, so almost $10,000 difference there. And when you option them out, leather seats, Alcantara seats, I want this emblem, I want these Brembo brakes, I want a sunroof, I want Harman Kardon, you're probably at $10,000, $12,000 plus. My question to you is $10,000 worth 90 horsepower? Now, you know, like I know, there are some significant differences from the Redeye to the Hellcat, so let's not act like they're just the same. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like the debate between SRT 392 and the Scat Pack, right? A lot of you guys back in the day, before the wide bodies came out, a lot of you guys back in the day like used to say, well, you know, the SRT 392's got the flat bottom steering wheel, it's got the bigger brakes, it's got the bigger tires, it's got the SRT configuration in the Uconnect. It's got more to offer than the standard Scat Pack, which I understand that the Redeye is similar to that. The Redeye's got Demon components, it's got stronger internals, it's got a bigger supercharger, a bigger cold air intake to suck in all that air pulse. It's got a power chiller. When you go into the SRT dashboard and you want to chill that power, you want to chill that supercharger, it takes air from the interior, diverts all of that air conditioning to the engine, so it can cool your car down a lot faster than the standard Hellcat. To my understanding, the Hellcat does have a cooling system in place, but it's not a power chiller. It's just like a heat diversion, whatever the case may be. So it does cool your engine, but it's not a power chiller. So you've got stronger internals, you've got a bigger supercharger, bigger cold air intake, and a power chiller. And of course, 90 horsepower. Everything else is the same. Body's the same, tires are the same, brakes are the same. Everything else is pretty much the same, right? Interior, obviously the same. The Uconnect is the same with the exception of the power chiller, to my understanding. Obviously, I don't own a Redeye, so I'm not looking at the Uconnect as we speak. But everything's the same except for the horsepower for the most part. I've never seen anybody buy a Redeye because of a bigger, air intake or stronger internals. They always say, I want the red eye because I want 797 over 717. Now, realistically speaking, if you were to line those two cars up, there probably is a difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? There probably would show, if you were to do from a dig or even, you know, a roll, that red eye probably would start pulling from the Hellcat. You know, let's just be honest here. But the question is that 90 horsepower $10,000 worth of a difference? You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can brighten you guys up here. Is that 90 horsepower and that little red emblem in the Hellcat worth $10,000 to you? Because you know, like I know, one of the distinguishing features of the red eye compared to the regular cat is that little red eye in the Hellcat. So if you see that red eye, you're dealing with the red eye. Is that worth $10,000? I'll be honest with you, I don't really think it is, guys, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think it's worth $10,000. I mean, at the end of the day, 717 is ridiculous as far as power is concerned. A car that can go 200 plus miles an hour is ridiculous, especially a sedan. You can have the whole squad in the car with you and a trunk full of whatever you want, and your car's still going to go 200 plus miles an hour. I think what it is I think a lot of people are, you know, I hate to say this, but if money is no option, get what you want. If you want a red eye, get a red eye. If you want a cat, get a cat. If you want a jailbreak, get a jailbreak. If money is no option, get what you want. But I think a lot of people want that sort of clout where they can say, I own a red eye, not a Hellcat. Like back in the day, like I said, SRT 392 versus a Scat Pack. That's not a Scat Pack. Even the Daytona. I know guys in my car club that if you call their car a Scat Pack and it's a Daytona, they're going to correct you immediately. It's not a Scat, it's a Daytona. Like a lot of people look at the Scat like the baseline and then the Daytona and then the SRT 392. And that's how it was back in the day. If you called an SRT 392 a Scat, they would correct you. This is an SRT. You see the emblem, right? You see the emblem in the car, right? You don't see the emblem on a Scat. This is the SRT 392, even though power-wise the exact same. That's how it is, I feel, with the Hellcat, guys. It's like, no, this is a red eye, not a Hellcat. This is a red eye, not a Hellcat. This is a red eye, not a regular Hellcat, not a regular 717. And the thing about Dodge is Dodge doesn't care anymore. They gave the Hellcats the same hood. So you can't even look at the hood anymore. Because when the Hellcat red eyes first came out for the Charger, they changed the hood. So you immediately knew that was a red eye. 21s and up all have the same hood as far as the Hellcat is concerned. So that's not even a distinguishing feature anymore, right? Dodge doesn't care, so why should you, right? Dodge makes everything look the same. They just give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then they charge you an extra $12,000 on top. And it works every time because they know that people want that ability to say, I don't own a Hellcat, I own a red eye Hellcat. There's a difference between us. Personally, for $10,000, absolutely not. For $10,000, for $12,000, you can do a lot more with the Hellcat as far as modifying it and making it and giving it that extra 90 horsepower as opposed to just buying one stock off the lot. Now, if you're the type of guy where, like I said, money's no option, you don't care, get what you want. Get that red eye and call it a day. If I wasn't doing what I'm doing as far as being a YouTuber is concerned, I'll be honest with you, a Hellcat would be more than enough. 717 horsepower, guys, 200 miles an hour. Stop playing. That's power right there. Let's not act like we're used to that power because you're not. If you've never had a Hellcat before, you're not used to that power. So let's not act like 717 is something to sneeze at. It's not. $80,000 for an American muscle car is not, that's not small money. Or $90,000 when you factor in everything else. Let's not act like a Hellcat is basic. It is not. That's a powerful car, period. Not a powerful muscle car, not a powerful American car, a powerful car, period. So let's not sleep on that. And let's be realistic about the fact that if you've never owned a Hellcat is still the top of the line. I'm about to do a video here shortly about basically how the Hellcat is the standard of speed. People talk a lot of shit about Hellcat owners, but the first thing you see in the title is Hellcat killer, or I beat a Hellcat before, or I lined up against a Hellcat and beat it. I know guys with McLarens that the first thing they tell me is, oh, I smoked a Hellcat. It's like, I didn't ask you whether or not you smoked a Hellcat, but in their mind, the standard for speed, the standard for power is the Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like, whether it's a red eye, a jailbreak, or standard cat, it's still a Hellcat, and it's still to be respected. And realistically speaking, with 717 horsepower, you're still top 90-95% fastest cars on the road. Now, if you take it to the track, to the strip, that's a different story. I mean, you're pretty much, you know, a man amongst men at that point. You know what I'm saying? You're beast amongst beasts at that point. But 95% of the cars on the road will not be able to touch you. You do not need to tell people that you drive a red eye for the sake of driving, for the sake of saying I drive a red eye for an extra $10,000. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people kind of have that mistaken, like you don't need to be that guy. Shout out to my man Dev, man, my brother Dev, man. Let me shout his Instagram out here. He huge as hell on Instagram. Scatty_392_Dev, DEVV. I'll put his information in the description. Shout out to my man. We had a dope conversation this past weekend, man. He's up in Detroit. He's tearing it down in Detroit. Him, my man, Mr. Goddammit, all of us, you know, kind of running the same circle. We were talking about the red eye over the Hellcat, and he was saying that with the markups and the MSRP, the markups over MSRP, and the dealer markups, and all of the mess that Dodge is putting on top of it, and these Dodge dealerships are charging people, it is not worth it to get a red eye at this point. Now, like I said, I'll reiterate, if money is no option, get what you want. But for you guys out there that's conscious of it, and you're going to go to the dealership and try to talk them down, negotiate, which you should always do, get a Hellcat. Get a Hellcat wide body and option that thing out to the teeth. Get everything you wanted: leather seats, sunroof, Harman Kardon, the blind spot monitoring. I guarantee you that thing will still come out 10, 15,000 cheaper, maybe 20 cheaper than a red eye if you were to try to option that out. And at the end of the day, the interior looks the same, body looks the same, hood looks the same. You're paying $10,000 for a little red dot in the middle of a Hellcat, and then of course 90 horsepower. You can do a lot with 10,000 if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I think the red eye is a dope car. I think it's prestigious. I think it's a monster. But I also think it's one of those things where Dodge sat back and said, let's give them something to distinguish themselves from other Hellcat owners with. You know, like they did with the SRT 392, the Daytona 392, the Scat, all that stuff. Let's give them something to distinguish themselves. A Hellcat is still a Hellcat, guys. 717 horsepower will still smoke 90% of anything you see on the road. Me personally, if you're in the market for a Hellcat and money is a topic of concern, I would highly suggest getting you a Hellcat and optioning that bad thing, that bad boy out however you so choose, and saving yourself some money and taking the rest of that money, that 10,000, 12, 15, 20,000, Jesus, and putting that into the engine under the hood of your car and turning that into a monster. Dodge has these direct connection programs at this point where you can drop your car off at a power dealer or power broker, I think that's what they're calling them, and turn your Hellcat into what, 797, 787, or 800 horsepower, and they're only charging 3,000-4,000 to do that. I mean, it's open and shut to me. Now, like I said, I'll reiterate this. I will reiterate this. I will reiterate this because a lot of you guys are going to be in the comments like, money's nothing to me. If I want a red eye, I get it. Listen, if you got it, get it. Get what you want. I'm simply saying, me personally, the Hellcat is a monster. Save that money, guys. In times like this, with gas being what it is, gas is actually dropping now. Slightly, slowly. Gas is actually dropping. But in times like this, I mean, you just want to make sure that you've got some money left over. I'm not giving you guys financial advice. That's not my place. But at the end of the day, I would personally recommend getting that Hellcat and optioning that thing out to the teeth, taking that 5, 10, 15, 20,000 on top and making that thing an absolute monster and calling it what it is. Hell, if you want to, I'm not going to say nothing. We'll keep it between me and you. If you option that thing to the teeth and you modify it under the hood, take it to Dodge, get the direct connection program, right? Direct connection deal or whatever, and your Hellcat's putting down 797, 800 horsepower, I won't tell nobody. We can keep it between us. You can go to Amazon and get you a Hellcat red eye emblem. I won't say nothing because because it's pretty much a red eye at that point. You're putting down more power than a red eye, or just as much. I won't say nothing. Hey, listen, it'll be a secret between us. I won't tell nobody. I won't call you out. But nah, man, in all seriousness though, don't look down on a Hellcat, guys. For you guys out there that's in the market, do not look down on a 717 horsepower, 200 plus mile an hour beast. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're less than because you're looking at the Hellcat. Oh, I got the red eye. It doesn't matter, bro. You paid an extra $15,000 for a red emblem and 90 horsepower. Once again, I'm not knocking red eye owners or jailbreak owners. Do as you please. Let me reiterate that. If you got it like that, get what you want. I'm simply saying the Hellcat is a monster. Always has been, always will be. Do not forget that. Take that money and make it yours. As always, it's been your boy Knockout 360, man, with another quick video for you guys, quick 15-minute video for you guys. Get your Hellcat, guys, for real. Like, if you want a Hellcat, get a Hellcat. Don't worry about what other people say. Get you a Hellcat. Get you a 21 Hellcat. Get you a 2020 Hellcat. Get you a 19 Hellcat. Get you a Daytona 50th anniversary Hellcat. Get what you want. You are the one that's making the payments. You are the one that's got to go down to Dodge and negotiate the price. You are the one that's putting gas and oil and tires and everything else in that car. That is your car, nobody else's. Do not let anybody influence you or persuade you or dissuade you the wrong way. Get what you want. It's been your boy Knockout, man. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.